We're in the building. It's time to punch the clock. It's the RJ show, and we're about to mic drop. Pow. All right, so we're here to talk about RFK Jr. ending his candidacy for president of the United States. Wow, this was a shocker. I didn't see this one coming, but I'm going to tell you what, it's a good thing. I think he did the right thing by putting the U.S. first as opposed to being a spoiler in the election. Let the Democrats, let the Republicans go head to head, right? Let me give you a little bit of background first. RFK Jr., if you don't know, he is an environmental lawyer and he has a raspy voice. His father, RFK Sr., known as RFK, Robert F. Kennedy, was senator of the great state of New York when he was assassinated. I believe it was June 5th, 1968. Uncle John F. Kennedy, JFK, he was also assassinated November the 22nd, 1963. We all remember the movie. You talk about it every year, November the 22nd. I think we were on year 61, and we still don't know everything that's happened. So, yeah, there's a lot of foreshadowing. There's a lot of thoughts about, joining Trump. What would that mean? Would that mean he'd be head of the CIA? Little irony there. Let me just quick background RFK, just continuing on. I'm going to go with my best Joe Rogan. RFK Jr. in his candidacy when he started April 2023, I agree with Joe. He said he attacks policies, not people. That's important. I think that's a way to end the divisiveness that you find throughout the U.S. Attacking policies. Very good stuff. He started initially as a Kennedy Democrat, famous Democratic name from the state of the Commonwealth, of Massachusetts, Kennedy. And the Democrats would not hold a primary and allow him to debate Joe Biden. So that was interesting. And because he was unable to really have an opportunity to debate with Joe and go through the primary process and have people vote for him, Joe or whoever else, he left the Democratic Party. And what did he do? He became an independent. And unfortunately, he did not have a true path to victory using that approach. In the U.S., it's primarily Republican or a Democrat, and that's what it's going to be. Third-party candidates really aren't designed to have a true opportunity to be successful. That said, he's a Harvard man. He's educated. He's got a law degree, University of Virginia Cavaliers, for those of you that are interested. And he announced that, hey, he was suspending his candidacy. And let me be honest, when I was listening to the speech, it was a little confusing at first because he said, there's still an opportunity for me to end up winning the election, and I'm going to allow you to continue to vote for me in the red and the blue states. But in those 10 battleground states, I'll remove my name from the ballot. I was like, wait, what's going on here? Are you still in? Are you out? So that was pretty interesting, a little bit confusing. Eventually, I think he got to it where he said, hey, I'm suspending my candidacy in those states that are critical for the 2024 election. And that's where we ended up. That said, Donald Trump, candidate right now. I didn't like what Donald Trump did before RFK finished his speech, which went on for about 1 hour to officially withdraw his candidacy. Donald Trump was already in Las Vegas. He jumped in front of the microphones and said, hey, I'm going to say thank you, and now I'm going to continue to talk. I didn't like that. I didn't think that was good. But, he is who he is, so that's what you get. You see what you get. He's a pretty open book. That said, I think RFK did make a lot of very, very valid points, especially when he talked about the mainstream media and their ability to silence people that maybe aren't saying what they want to hear. And as he said that, as he pointed the finger at the mainstream media, what happened? CNN shut it down. They shut down the stream and started to talk over it. ABC, they did the same thing. Very, very interesting the way that happens. Now, he did show up in the Glendale, Arizona rally on Friday, and he made sure to, address the crowd. He showed his support for Donald Trump, and really, I think it was a good moment. I see a lot of positive things throughout the internet, on X, YouTube, in your traditional news, in your secondary news sources, like people on YouTube. So it's really a good move. And I think we're going to see RFK, doing a lot of things with Donald Trump in the near future. And there's a lot of talk about what is the ideal position for him. Director of Health and Human Services, the director of the CIA. That'd be interesting, right? He'd be able to investigate the assassinations of his uncle and his dad. And his father was not murdered, assassinated by Sirhan Sirhan. And we'll talk about that at another time. Head of the FBI, maybe. I think before we get ahead of ourselves and start giving him accolades and giving him this new job title, I think what he's going to need to do is get out on that campaign trail. Help Donald Trump win the presidency this November. Because if he sits back and does nothing, guess what? There is no unity party, which is a term that I believe RFK coined during his speech. And I believe I heard Trump say the same thing. Unity party. We got Democrats coming together, right? With Republicans. Tulsi Gabbard, another person, Democrat, who, has a military background, active military, and, something strange happened to her. She got put on a terror watch list. And every time she flew in the month of, or towards the end of July through early August, there was somebody else or multiple people on those planes with her. She also wiped the floor with Kamala during the 2020 primaries. So she's teamed up with Donald Trump to help him with the upcoming debate for September the 10th. So, there's a lot that's going to be going on, and it looks like an exciting time. So RFK, I think you did the right thing. I think you got out of it. You probably could have gotten out a little bit earlier. The path to victory was not clear, and the whole thing that was going on in the state of New York and Westchester County, you just started renting a room. Your VP pick is from California. You're from California. You can't do that. The idea behind, I got a room that I'm renting for $500 a month. Yeah, maybe for a guy like me, maybe that's the real deal. But for you, I don't think so. And the courts didn't buy it. I do believe you were censored. I do believe there's been a lot of things that happened to Trump that also have been happening to you. So get out on that campaign trail. Help Trump do what he needs to do to get the word out that you are unifying Democrats and Republicans. And who knows, this November, maybe we can have real change as opposed to, the wool being pulled over our eyes and, something happening. I will say this. I am a believer that whoever wins, Democrat or Republican, I don't think the world or the U.S. is going to end because of it. So I think things will continue, maybe not the way you want them to happen, and they may not actually impact you that much, to be totally honest. But the person of your choice may not win, and I don't think the world ends with that. Okay, that's the mic drop for tonight. We'll be back soon. Talk to you later.